Liam Neeson is a man whose life story is woven with hardship, resilience, and incredible achievements. From humble beginnings in Northern Ireland to becoming a globally recognized actor, Neeson's journey mirrors the essence of overcoming life's darkest moments. He was born on June 7, 1952, in Ballymena, Northern Ireland, during a time when the streets were divided and resources scarce. Growing up in a Roman Catholic family in a Protestant-dominated town, Neeson was no stranger to the difficulties of class and religion. His family lived in a cramped three-room house where they scraped by, his father working as a school janitor and his mother struggling to provide. It was an environment that would later shape Neeson's quiet yet unyielding resolve, his ability to endure hardship with a calm dignity, a childhood defined by silence and struggle. Liam Neeson's childhood was marked by silence, hardship, and an early sense of isolation. With three sisters, Neeson was the only boy in the family, and his father feared that the quiet, introspective child might be swallowed by the weight of their impoverished life. To combat his introversion, Neeson's father enrolled him in the church boxing club when he was just 9 years old. The scent of sweat and the sound of boxing gloves became the backdrop of his youth, where he didn't fight for fame or glory, but for the simple need to belong. By the age of 14, he had already earned 3 consecutive youth boxing championships. However, a blow to the head during one fight changed everything for him, causing him to walk away from the sport forever. It was the first of many moments in Neeson's life where his physical strength couldn't shield him from emotional wounds. The relentless pursuit of survival. At 17, Liam Neeson left his small hometown behind, heading to Belfast in search of work. The world outside seemed as cold as the city's iron-gray skies, but Neeson persisted, working multiple jobs to make ends meet. He drove trucks through freezing rain, hauled crates, and shoveled gravel until his back ached. Despite these hardships, he remained determined to forge a future for himself. Neeson tried attending university, hoping to pursue a career in teaching, but the struggle for survival was too great. He often went without food, focusing only on making enough money to get by. Eventually, Neeson abandoned his dream of higher education and found himself working as a stage sweeper at the Lyric Players Theatre in Belfast. That role, though humble, marked the beginning of his transformation. The stage became his refuge, his way of finding a voice amid the noise of survival. The start of an unlikely acting career. In 1976, while sweeping the stage at the Lyric Players Theatre, Neeson caught the attention of those around him. Within months, he was cast as an actor in a production, delivering just 2 lines. Though small, that moment marked the start of his acting career. His performances became a release, a way to express the silences of his life. With every line, Neeson felt heard for the first time. Even though poverty continued to follow him like a shadow, the stage became his escape. He would walk miles to get to the theater because the bus fare was too much. Neeson lived in tiny apartments, often sharing floors with strangers and enduring the hardships of a life just barely scraping by. But through it all, he found a way to create, to tell stories that felt like his own. The breakthrough. Schindler's List. Liam Neeson's breakthrough came in 1993 when Steven Spielberg cast him as Oscar Schindler in Schindler's List. The film, which would go on to win 7 Academy Awards, was a life-altering experience for Neeson. For 110 days of filming, he immersed himself in the role of Schindler, a man whose guilt and grace led him to save thousands during the Holocaust. The weight of the role took its toll on Neeson, with the actor admitting that it took months for him to recover after filming. His portrayal of Schindler earned him an Academy Award nomination and introduced him to the world as a serious actor, capable of handling the most emotionally intense roles. However, With that newfound fame came an inevitable loneliness. Fame amplified Neeson's quiet nature, and the silence around him grew even louder. Liam Neeson and Natasha Richardson. A love story. In 1993, Liam Neeson met Natasha Richardson, an accomplished actress who would become his wife. Their relationship began on the stage, where the two starred together in Anna Christie on Broadway. Their chemistry was palpable, not just as actors, but as people drawn to each other by a shared understanding of life's fragility. "Thank you for tonight," Neeson whispered to Richardson after their first performance together. It was the beginning of a love story that would last 15 years. The couple married in 1994 and had 2 sons, Michial and Daniel. Their home was filled with warmth, laughter, and the love they both cherished. Neeson often spoke about Richardson as his anchor, the woman who made him feel grounded and alive. To him, she was his peace and his home. A devastating loss. Natasha Richardson's tragic death. On March 18, 2009, Liam Neeson's life was forever changed. Natasha Richardson, his beloved wife, was skiing near Montreal when she fell and suffered a traumatic brain injury. Initially, she appeared fine, brushing off the fall and laughing with instructors. But hours later, a headache led to a life-threatening condition, and Neeson was called to her side. Upon arriving at the hospital, he was told that her brain had died. In that moment, the world that Neeson had built with Richardson came crashing down. For hours, Neeson sat beside her, whispering words of comfort, as though he could somehow bring her back. He eventually made the heartbreaking decision to turn off the life support machines, fulfilling a promise they had made to each other. The loss of his wife left Neeson shattered, but he continued to move forward, though he admitted that a part of him died with her. The aftermath of grief. A battle with himself. After Richardson's death, Neeson found himself lost in grief. He threw himself into his work, making films like The Grey and Non-Stop. But the truth was that he was using the films as an outlet for his sorrow. He spoke about how the physicality of some roles helped him channel his grief, but it also left him drained, both emotionally and physically. His body began to show the toll of the years of stunts and physical work. Chronic pain became his constant companion, a reminder of the motorcycle accident he had in 2000, which left him with a shattered pelvis. Yet, despite these injuries, Neeson continued to push forward, stubbornly refusing to let age or pain stop him. He acknowledged that his body had been through a battlefield, but it was the only one he knew how to fight on. Continuing the legacy. A life of generosity. Beyond his acting career, Neeson has used his fame to support various humanitarian causes, including UNICEF and Amnesty International. His work with refugees and children in crisis has been both impactful and deeply personal. He has quietly donated time and funds to causes that reflect his values, never seeking recognition for his charitable acts. Neeson's 2 sons, Michael and Daniel, have grown into young men who carry forward his strength and Natasha's grace. Neeson is proud of them, especially Michael, who changed his surname to Richardson in honor of his mother. Together, the small family remains close-knit, living a life defined not by spectacle, but by understanding. In a world often obsessed with the appearance of immortality, Liam Neeson's story stands as a testament to the strength found in vulnerability. His quiet endurance, his refusal to succumb to life's overwhelming challenges, makes him a symbol of what it means to live fully, even when the world demands more than one can give. Through his work and his personal life, Neeson reminds us that true strength is not about how loudly we roar, but how quietly we endure.